Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio, spotlighting the city's best businesses and the people who lead them.
Hey, I'm Ted Jenkins. I'm sitting here with Chris Hanks and Steve Eisenstein. This is the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. You can catch all of the replays on shrimptankpodcast.com. You should check them out. We've got some of the greatest and brightest entrepreneurs across the state of Georgia.
How do I get on that?
Well, you're on it today. After today's show, you are absolutely on it. We had a fabulous show. You got to listen to the whole replay. Steve gave some unbelievable information about how to grow and run a business, but he is the owner of Classic Tents and Events, not only here in Atlanta, but in many different locations now. And we enjoyed the conversation today.
Yeah, it was really good. I always love the fact that there's so much to learn. You know, success leaves clues, right? So I learned a lot. But one thing I wanted to ask you that wasn't on the show is, like, what's your favorite part and least favorite part about being an entrepreneur?
Oof. Firing people is never on the top of the list.
Yeah.
That's always the hardest thing for me to do. I pawn that off to somebody else in the office, to be honest with you. So, and my favorite thing to do is when the mail comes. I get the most excited when the mailman comes.
When the mail comes?
It's so funny. What comes in there? It's basically junk mail and bills. That's it.
For me, it's the checks.
The checks?
The check. I get excited when we see, what's coming in. So for me, I don't mind the bills because we know we need those services, but it's very exciting to see who take care of their
Chris, they say the check is in the mail is one of the 3 biggest lies in life, but apparently it's not.
Yeah, I guess not.
The checks do come in the mail.
And I've never heard that answer from an entrepreneur. That's my favorite part. I look forward to the mail.
I never knew that, if that little truck would be so exciting. It's true.
Yeah. Well, they say nothing happens in a business until somebody pays for something, right?
It's true.
So, yeah, you actually have that sort of the proof that the customer applause represented in that check.
And I actually prefer a check versus credit cards because the credit cards we actually charge, we have to pay a little bit more money for.
Yeah. That
so if any of my customers are listening, it is okay for you to change your method of payment.
Now, you talked about on the show today that you bought this business and now you've grown it to be a pretty substantial size. How do you, as an owner, and how would you recommend for people that are watching our post-show wrap-up that, once you get in there and you dig in and you want to be successful and then you hit success, how do you stay motivated to stay on top of your game and continue this top-line growth after you've grown so much as an owner?
I think for us, it's always about taking care of our people. Without our people, we can't do what we do every day. But for us, it's also about talking to our customers, finding out what we can do to take it to the next level. I'm never satisfied with what we have. I always want to say, what can we do to improve? What can we do to be better? What other piece of equipment can we have that that we don't have now that we could offer you? So for me, it's never really, I'm never really satisfied. I always want to just take it to the next level. So whether that's vendors that we're dealing with that have new products that they could offer, or whether that's new customers that we can go out and look for, whether that's referrals, we're always excited by all these different things together.
Well, but to grow a business as aggressively as you have, you can't be the same CEO as you were last year as of this year. So what do you do to personally develop as a CEO?
That's a great question. For me, we, again, take place in this organization called the American Rental Association. And for me, I go to their classes. It's for me really refreshing to see how I can take my own business or my own, self to the next level. What can I do to improve myself? How can I be a better CEO? So these classes offer a lot of great feedback. And that's really where I get a lot of my energy, or a lot of my excitement, and it gets me really going.
What would you share for people that are watching the video and the wrap-up today, looking over all the time that you've owned the business, is the single biggest business mistake that you've made? If there was one mistake, because we've all made lots of mistakes, I'm sure there's more than one, but can you point to one that you would tell people, look, if you can avoid this, I will save you a lot of wear and tear in your body?
Well, the tent business is a lot different than a lot of the other businesses, but for me, it would be to streamline and keep the same manufacturer, keep the same widget that you have the whole time. Don't change your widget. And for me, we've got a lot of different types of components from different manufacturers. If we could keep it all the same, we know the guys wouldn't take the wrong walls that don't fit this tent. So for me, it's a little small things. Unfortunately, we had an incident not too long ago where someone broke in and stole our catalytic converter off of one of our trucks. So we have surveillance. We saw them. We know what they did, but you can't stop stupid stuff like this. So for me, the most, being able to be a step ahead of the game and making sure you either have your catalytic converters locked underneath, they can build a cage for them, or maybe a guard dog inside my yard at night, or maybe an electronic fence or electric fence so they get shocked if they touch it would be awesome. So
Can we use those indoors as well? Or
I hope so, right? Wouldn't that be nice? So anyways, it's just trying to, be one step ahead of the game so that you're always kind of keeping your eye on the ball and not letting your guard down.
Well, for folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up video, again, I recommend that you go to shrimptankpodcast.com, hear the whole replay of the entire show. How can folks get in touch with you, learn more about your company, use your company for their next event where they need you for getting tents or chairs or anything that you do?
Absolutely. We do customer pickups at our place. We have lots of different size tents that we offer, anything as small as 6 foot wide all the way up to 60 foot wide pole tents. So they can call us at 770-449-1010. That's our direct number. We've got salespeople standing by ready. We can also be found on the internet, www.classic-tents.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Classic-Tents.
Well, we heard some great stuff today. I guess one of the new things that both Chris and I heard that we have not heard anywhere before is look forward to the mail.
Yeah.
And make sure you take care of your people and continue to get educated. These are just several of the tips. Learn more at shrimptankpodcast.com. Thanks for coming on the program
Oh,
today.
my pleasure. Thank you guys for allowing me to join you. I appreciate it.